Right then guys, how's it going and welcome back to a new video and what looks to be the final Newcastle update of the January transfer window. Dan Burn has officially now been announced as Newcastle's 5th January signing, the centre-back from Brighton. I believe it's around £13 million spent for this guy on a 2.5-year deal with an extra 1-year option as well. Literally just sat here watching deadline day go through. I don't know if Newcastle have left this to the last minute just to make it a little bit of drama, because I'm pretty sure he was in the training ground at lunchtime getting his medical done. Presumably they wanted to take a little bit of time getting the videos or the photos out. But as I say, it is official now. Despite seeing him earlier on today, it is now official. It has been announced by Newcastle. Was kind of hoping that maybe we might see some even later drama with some real last-second drama going on with potentially Jesse Lingard or maybe even Akite or one of the other more forward players that we've been linked with. But yeah, I really can't see that happening now. It looks like the Jesse Lingard one ended earlier on today, and obviously Akite said that despite agreeing terms and agreeing fees, that he was unsure about whether to come or not, and that has stopped. But again, if someone had said to me at the start of the window, you're going to bring in 5 players for, what is it? Around 90 million, close to 100 million in January. If you'd said that to me on day one, I mean, I would have taken that in a heartbeat. So yes, defensively, I think we've really showed up. We've brought in Dan Burn. I mean, with the fact that we've left what I would have called the priority position until the final hours of deadline day. It took a lot longer to get through than I would have liked. But as I say, I think this is Newcastle maybe trying to ham it up a little bit for the last few hours to get that final signing through the door. Again, obviously bringing in Target earlier on. Again, that left-back player. Even, Trippier as well. Obviously Trippier as well, the first signing of the window. And then Gomes as well, defensive midfielder. So that's 4 players who really have helped shore up that defence. Obviously Chris Wood up top. To round it all off, it would have been nice to maybe see a more attacking midfielder-wise player. But again, I am not going to be unhappy with what we have managed to achieve and what has been a really, really tough month. And let's be honest, we have been linked with all these players. We have been actively trying to buy these players. Literally watching Keith over at the training ground right now on the telly. No doubt he's saying something very similar. But yeah, it has been a good window. Just to talk about Dan Burn a little bit more. If you didn't already know, as I say, 29-year-old from was at Brighton, has now signed for Newcastle. He is actually from Ashington, so he is a local lad. He is a Newcastle fan. He actually started his youth career at Newcastle before spending a little bit of time at Blythe, then moving on to Darlington, where he actually started his professional career before moving on to Fulham. Had loan spells at Yeovil and Birmingham before going to Wigan, and then most recently getting to Brighton and obviously making his Premier League start there. So it's a person who has obviously worked very hard through his career to finally find that Premier League start at Brighton later in his career. He had a fantastic season. I think it was last season where he started playing actually left back. He is 6'7", but he's pretty pacey for a man of that height, which again is great for us. We certainly could do with someone that height to help with the free kicks and the corners coming in to get the ball out. Literally watching Dan Burn on the screen in front of me right now as I'm talking. But yeah, and again, centre-back's a position we need help with, and I think he is definitely going to do that. In terms of how he's been doing this season, he actually made... he was actually captain for Brighton for the first time in December, which again shows the player and what he's thought of from Brighton and the players around him to be given the captain's armband. And as I say, I think he was very interested in making his way up to Newcastle. You know, in a way, probably finishing his career where he started as a young lad. So very happy with that one. Again, you know, you could talk all day about what ifs if we could have got Lingard, that would have made it better. If we could have done that, it would have made it better. If we could have got Botman or Carlos, that would have made it even more better. But you have to take it for what it is. It was a tough window. I'm no doubt that after what has been a pretty crazy week, to be honest, or a crazy 2 days, you know, with the 3 signings in 2 days we've had at Newcastle now. So I think over the next week, people will reflect. And then ultimately, I will do a video this week and probably go through everything in more detail. But ultimately, we'll decide whether it was a good window at the end of the season, whether we stay up or not. You know, that'll be a big one to really say, was it a good enough window or not? But you have to say the owners have gone out and done everything they could. Just to go over a few other bits, I've already mentioned Lingard. Again, it would have been fantastic to see something really late in a more attacking position, but I can't see that happening. Players going out. Woodman's gone to Brighton on loan officially. Hendrick looks like he's going to QPR. Matty Longstaff looks like he's going to join Mansfield on loan as well. Clark was offered a position at Middlesbrough on loan, but it's reported that he's turned it down, and it's already said that he's out the squad, regardless, apparently. I think that's probably after he got his red card last time, scored an own goal, and then went and wrestled some poor lad when they were out in Saudi Arabia. So I've no doubt that Eddie Howe's gone to him, look, mate, we don't want you included anymore, so you either go out on this loan or you're not in it anyway. And apparently he's turned it down. But again, you know, it's not what you want to hear, but we have to let some of these players go. Again, as I say, someone like Hendrick, who isn't, you know, favoured in the eyes of too many Newcastle fans, but he has scored a couple of goals for us, and, you know, he has given it his good go, and even he's at the point where he understands that he needs to move on. It's very disappointing to hear someone like Clark, who, again, we've tried him and we've played him for a long time. You know, it is this season where he's been really poor, but, you know, generally before that, he did us all right. So it's quite sad to hear that he wouldn't, you know, move on to the next thing. Same with Gale. Apparently he's linked to not be in the squad either. But Dan Burn is in. Dan Burn is our 5th signing of the January window. 13 million from Brighton. Really, really happy with it. Again, literally watching the final seconds of this clock tick down now. So we will have to wait and see. But yeah, that looks like it's the end. All right. Thank you for watching, guys. As always, subscribe if you're new. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the videos and the updates throughout today. I'm looking forward to this week to doing a more rounded view of everything that we've seen over the last month. And obviously I want to hear your guys' thoughts as always. So thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your night, although there's not much left of it. And I'll catch you later.